It's Brian Preston, the Money Guy.
Steven has a question. He says, we have a 3-year-old with autism. The future is unclear in terms of funding his higher education. So, should we continue to contribute to his 529 plan, or does it make sense to do a custodial IRA? What do you think?
Oh, man. Steven, by the way, I've been in your shoes, and probably at 3 years old, you're at the beginning of this whole thing. So your world, I remember, I think for people, you don't know, because when you have kids, we all have these thoughts of what will be. Mm-hmm. They're going to be captain of the baseball team. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. And sometimes when the medical field, they come tell you your child is unique, is special. A lot, you start, oh my gosh, how's my life going to be? And Stephen, I've been in your shoes, and I can tell you whatever you're trying to process right now, there's going to be a lot of happy days ahead of you too. I don't want you to get, because I found myself when I just got the news, I was so much just overwhelmed, but then I figured out really quickly that life's still gonna be good. Mm-hmm. Because I have great memories with my daughter is now 13 years old. She's autistic. I don't think she'll ever live on her own. And I went through a lot of these same things, because all that 529 saving I was doing was seems like, man, what is that really? Is she going to college? Is she going to trade school? Fortunately, there is actually a tool out there that I think is a home run, because legislators realized when they were hitting on something really powerful with 529s, with encouraging parents to save for college and give them some tax incentives. They thought they did something really smart in Washington. They said, you know what, this works so well for college funding. What about all those families that have kids that are a little unique, that are disabled or special needs, and they're going to have all these therapies, they're going to have a whole lot of things, but as soon as they start saving for these kids, they're they have to be careful, because they might be screwing up in the long term some of the social services and some of the other things that they qualify for, because they did such a disciplined thing of saving for their kid when they were young. So they came out with what's called ABLE accounts. And I'm trying to think if maybe one of the team can quickly do a Google search. There's a national research. There's a national resource. It's like somebody do a quick Google search to give the website of the organization that will let you research every state that offers ABLE accounts.
ABLENRC.org.
There you go. ABLE, say it again.
ABLENRC.org.
Stephen, go do some research on this, because what these accounts do is they allow you to save tax-free, just like the 529s, meaning they grow tax-deferred. You're going to get a tax-free growth, and potentially... they put a limit. They put where you still qualify for some of the social benefits out there, Social Security and other things, even if you have these accounts. So go do some research on that website, and I think it will give you a leg up on your journey. And like I said, the other part was just for free, but being somebody who's walked in those shoes with a special needs child myself, and it's going to be better, and you're going to make it through this.
And I think it's important when it comes to building your financial life, Brian, because I've seen you do this, and we've worked with clients who've kind of worked through this as well. You're not going to know all the answers right now today. So a lot of us planners, we want to think about, okay, what exactly are things going to look like 25 years from now? And I've got to make the absolute number one best decision today to account for that. Well, sometimes life throws us circumstances that we were not planning for, and so it's impossible to know exactly what the future is going to look like. So does that mean that you ought to completely stop funding 529s, completely not doing that? Maybe not. Maybe you're going to have something where 529 is going to be where it's going to be a tool you can use for K through 12 education. If your child has to go to some sort of special type of private school or something like that, don't get yourself in the trap of thinking you have to know every single answer today. All you can do right now is make the best decision with the most amount of information you have today, and then recognize that may change as time moves on and as your plans shift through time.